Hey, welcome back to BK42 Kustom Cycle podcast. And we are live with Mack. And I
Hey,
think, Mack Carter, I think my image is not good, right? Can you see me?
you're frozen, but I can hear you.
Yeah, again, I'm froze. Let me try to just remove and bring it back. You can hear me, right? Just a second,
hear-
let me try to fix something
I,
weird
I can hear
today.
you. Hey,
You are the one man show. So welcome everybody. We are trying to fix. We have some technical issues this evening. I don't know what's going on. I will even try to restart my. Yeah, I don't know. My camera is not working. So man, we are waiting for Mike. I think he's there. I don't know if we can hear him.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, now it's okay. We can hear you.
Yeah.
What's
All
up,
right.
man?
Are we back? Are we
Yeah,
are
we
we
are
doing
back.
this again?
Yeah,
Yeah?
we are. But I lost my camera. But we are here.
All right. Hey, Mac. Oh, dude. All right. Now I can recognize you. I've seen.
better?
Yeah, way better, dude. I mean, I was gonna say who ate my friend Mac. There he is.
I had to fix the stash for him. He was a little disturbed. My
Oh man.
my wife's been off this
Hey,
week.
man.
Shaved.
Hey, man, good to see you again, brother. Really,
Good.
man, it's fantastic to see you. We haven't seen each other's face in a little while. We've been through a bit of experience in the last couple of years. I wish I could have introduced you, buddy, because I mean, we've had a very, very interesting meeting of how we all came together, and we've known each other for many years. I mean, in the bike world, the freak bikes and the custom bikes. And yeah, that's right. We all connected. Yeah, that's right. And we've got loads of friends in common. Yes, and we're a little bit of a mix between our styles. And we shared an amazing experience, and we made a little trip to Burning Man together, right? And I mean, I want to bring it up first, but then I want you to take over the story because I know you could tell stories too, man. But I just want to start it off by just telling everybody that it's just by coincidence that me and sort of Mac met together, because I called up Mac one day and I said, "Hey Mac, I got an extra seat, an extra ticket to Burning Man, and I'm looking for some guy like you, to come with me." And there you go. You can take over the rest of the story after that. And I sent you that message. What kind of time was it for you when I sent you that message? Was it? I thought you were working, but you can tell us where it came from.
The weird part about it was that I had decided like a month prior to Mike calling that I was going to retire from the job that I had been doing. Hey guys, and hey Robbie, and I had worked as a post-surgical rehab nurse and been in the nursing field and medical field for 27 years and had decided that it was killing me and I needed to do something different. And so I told my boss that I was going to quit, and I didn't have any other plans. I didn't have anything set up. I wasn't looking for any other job. And my wife said, "What are you doing next?" And I said, "I don't really know. I'm waiting to see what happens." And 3 days before my last day at my job, Mike called and said, "Hey man, there's a deal going on at Burning Man. They need artists. Do you know anybody that is available?" And I said, "This is weird because I am." And I think it was a day and a half after that, I was on the plane and we were on the way there.
That's
Like
right.
that.
I said, "Wait, Mac. Do you know it doesn't come with no strings attached, right? Like it was like, and it was a really massive challenge, right? And
Yeah,
so we were talking about, we spent together something like 35 days in the desert, right?
Yeah,
And 25 days of that was kicking butt, right?
Oh yeah.
We
It
probably
it was miserable. It was miserable. It was.
so
It was.
that's right. I thought we'd go over some of the photos that I took, I sort of documented over a few hundred, but I've spared all you guys all those photos. I've kind of breaking it down into sort of the sort of moment we could sort of explain, and I've kept it kind of bike centric, because really Burning Man and bikes, that this is something that needs to be seen and let you know known of, because I think there is another stage of bikes, and the idea that Burning Man makes very good use of bicycles and an extremely like wasteful way, but yet it comes back together to be recycled in a beautiful way, and that's how we were involved, right, Mac?
Mm-hmm. You know, and somebody had said something about Burning Man where I think is a common misconception where people are saying that, well, what the literal quote was from that person was, it's a huge contest to see who can make the craziest bike. And I really felt like it's more than that. It's not a contest to see who can make the craziest bike. It's people going as far as they possibly can to express some emotion with that machine. So yeah, there's going to be ones that are just out there going, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. But it's more about, you know, there's that artistic expression where even people who don't feel artistic or don't feel like they've got some kind of a, you know, I don't know what you would call it, you know, artistic lean in their life, whatever they do, it has nothing to do with that. You know, they're a tax collector or whatever. And then they go to an event like this and they feel like they can pour something of themselves into that machine, even if it's just duct taping some lights to it. That is their art piece for the time they're there. It's kind of beautiful to see that, and to think about how so many people tap into that piece of emotion where they're like, oh, well, I came up with this, and everybody at their camp is like, oh my God, that's so damn cool. And they wouldn't have done anything like that, you know, whatever the hell it was. I really love that aspect of it.
Now, I mean, you're saying that everybody at least were trying to tap some bit of a bicycle, like making their bike a little bit unique, right? I mean, at Burning Man, it was just even the smallest efforts, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a dual reason for that too, though. If you can look at that picture right there, imagine all of those people are on a bike. So when you walk out, if you've got a bike that looks like everybody else's bike, it's going to be damn hard to find that, especially if you are otherwise abled, I'll just say. So it could be really tricky to find your bike.
Yeah,
you know those otherly able moments when you're there.
I'm just showing this video to because for sure some people doesn't know exactly what is the Burning Man is. So just trying to show them exactly what you're trying to say, to illustrate the number of people that are going there.
It's an art and music and personal expression and healing and I don't know. I don't know that there are words that can describe it, really. I don't really know that you can encapsulate it in a phrase or a statement because there's so much to it.
It's huge.
You know, one of the things that really struck me about it when Mike and I were there is that if you can imagine being in a field, okay, we're in an open space with 88,000 people, okay, imagine that. You're in a field with 88,000 people, and every single one of them is completely silent while this building in front of you burns. There's something incredibly magical about that. There are no words to describe what you see. And oftentimes I would find myself literally saying, is this real?
Yeah, I mean, I know there's so many different things that about Burning Man that affect it. I mean, I think this year was called the Metamorphosis, right? And this is the year just before pandemic.
Yeah,
that's right. And I think both of us sort of went through a metamorphosis. I think a lot of people, it really aligned with something, and we are going through a metamorphosis in some sense right now through these times with COVID. So I mean, I can imagine that we're looking through Burning Man is a kind of a new model of a way to look about how we can run a society. I mean, and you know, we've maybe a few ideals that we need to throw out about Burning Man were things like, you know, radical self-expression, right? and that's where like sort of raw. I mean, right? I mean,
Yeah.
just look at Mack. Mack had no problem following that
you
one.
too.
Burning Man.
I'll tell you what. One of the things that struck me the most about Burning Man was how giving it is. Everything is just handed to you. It doesn't matter what it is that you could possibly need or want. It is right there, handed to you. It's kind of fascinating in that way. I've never been around a group of complete strangers that was so willing to just give everything they had, literally the shirts off of their back if you needed it. It was fascinating.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, I'm wondering if we could like flip through those pictures of Burning Man, that file,
Sure.
BK, that I sent to you, man.
Right.
Maybe we could just go through it and sort of maybe. I brought it. All right, I picked you up. I just want to put this point that actually that's the first time I ever met Mack Carter, and we met picking him up at the airport in Las Vegas, right? And we're on our way to Burning Man. And what happened after 10 minutes after the whole van was packed, ready to go. All ready to go, and we were. I mean, picked them up, and we're supposed to go. I think we made it to about the Flamingo, and what happened, Mack?
We're riding in his van, and it's like, tally ho, let's hit the big open road, and it goes poof, boom, and there's fire and smoke that comes out of the engine, out of the side of the exhaust pipe, and we pulled over on a major highway.
Yeah, that could have been. I mean, that was major. My car, which seemed to be like I blew my motor. Here we are, not even like out of the city center of Las Vegas, and now the car is. We cannot take the car. We don't know. We're on our way, and it seemed like we were not going to Burning Man. So that was. So this guy right here, he's a buddy. He just goes, "Hey, you know what? It was just a buddy of ours, buddy of my mother. He's like, hey, I'll drive you there. How about I drive you there? All right." I mean, that thing is like 400, 500 miles away. Like,
Wow.
I'll drive you there.
There he is.
Angel. Yeah, John, that's it.
Yeah.
Anyways, we made it, and we arrived. There is the playa, the first touch of the playa, right? Just let's keep them going through.
Yeah.
So what is that?
I mean,
what's going on there?
Yeah,
that is a absolute genius that lives in France named Lille that we just adore.
That's right. We had a project, an art project. So you don't get to do art projects your first time around to Burning Man, but we seem to have had to do an art project. We had every experience there that you can imagine on a first Burning Man. So here's Lil.
All the stuff you would want to do.
That's right. Every experience that you'd want to have at Burning Man, we did it on our first try. So, and Lil is that. Yep. That's where we lived, in the middle of the desert. All right, so that's not we're right there. That's what Burning Man looks like, man, and it's about as hot as it looks too, you know.
I took a shit on that tree right there.
Oh, that's a very good piece of information. We're just.
I think we all did it, brother. That fucking place.
I think we're all waiting for that, and other details, like this one, for example.
It does.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's right. That's his Burning Man costume. There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I was scantily clad most of the time that we were there. I didn't have much clothes on the whole time.
That's right. You did it.
I'm totally nude a couple of times there.
Yeah. We had guys from all over the world. I mean, those are a team. That one's from actually. Where was she from? Nepal. Yeah, and that guy was from Israel. And that guy was from France. So, I mean, we had guys from all over the world in our camp. It was amazing.
I think that elbow is Fixer. He's from France, too.
That's right. Yeah. I'm just trying to... So, our project was to fix a bunch of bikes that had been recycled from the year before. So, what they were doing was recycling the bikes that people would just buy from Walmart, like just for the trip to Burning Man. And really, it's such a pain in the butt to even get to Burning Man. It's even like more pain that you have to take everything back with you. So, a lot of people just leave their bikes, which is a big no-no and naughty. But at the same
You'll
time,
see the back here in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really nice
Go
to
ahead.
see how careful they are with the bikes. How you see
That's me adjusting it. That's
very professional tools as well.
Slight adjustment.
professional.
I'm
It's
a
the
damn
only tool he
surgeon.
had.
Yeah, you see, and it's covering with some fluffy things. Yeah, very
There was a
careful.
lot of them like that, and this is the thing you have to think about with all of those furry bikes. There's a lot of naked people's asses on those, so you don't know who was riding that.
Okay.
It could be not so great.
I'm afraid to keep asking you things.
Walter.
Oh yeah, that's Walter. Yeah, look at the size of this Volkswagen. Huh?
But that's not real, right? That was.
It is real. It's not a Volkswagen, but it is real.
Okay,
It
yeah, I
doesn't
see.
really drive around. There's a dance club inside the damn thing.
Oh, that's cool. Perhaps better than a Volkswagen.
Yeah, that's a dance club in there.
Yeah. When the side doors open up, there's a dance club on the bottom floor, and you drive it from way up top.
Yeah, that's right. That's Burning Man. I mean, we stayed in motorhomes while we're out there, so and we're doing it completely off the grid. You know, generators, making our own fires, and cooking our own food. You know, a shovel and a toilet roll was all we had for a bathroom. You know,
In the hose.
I mean, that's right. One hose. I mean, one little hose. There's a hose in Mack. But you can see, it's starting to get.
Yeah, that's only some of them. That's
right. I'm trying to give you. That's right. That's right. You'll see. That's just some of them.
Oh hell.
There's more.
Yeah. So, and that's hot, and that's me just telling you how hot that is out there. I mean, it probably was 35 to 40 degrees some days, all day. You know.
That's in the 90s for Americans who don't know what
that
is.
Right. Oh yeah, right. I forgot.
Okay, then first creation, I assume.
This is the cool part. Mike and everybody at the camp got to see me build that bike in 2.5 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. Doing the Mack Carter.
Yep, I threw that thing down in 2.5 hours and came riding out, and you were like, where was that hit at? And I said, I just built it. Feel the freaking welds. It's still hot.
2 hours.
I haven't had it while I was there, though.
I mean, we had a lot of pieces left over from bikes, and we created. This is Mack Carter's like envision of a circle bike that we all got involved with putting together, and that was a little fun thing that we'd all played around with.
But how did it happen? There were donation bikes. How it happened to have
That's
so
exactly
many
what
bikes
it
there?
was. It's leftovers from the year before that people had gotten and taken to Burning Man and then just left on Playa. And then Burning Man organization gathers up all these bikes, and I'm not even joking when I say there's like 6,000 to 10,000 bikes that they have that are just scrap that they have left out there. So people come and get them all and take them and use them, and you can just have them for free because just get them the hell out of here, you know?
Right.
So the organization that we worked with had several thousand of them.
Yeah, so we could be redundant with all these bikes. They even like the same frames and the wheels, and only like a bike like this could be made at Burning Man. When you have 1,000 bikes, there was 1,000 bikes that we repaired over a 25-day period. I mean, it was a lot of production.
Mack the Flash.
Yeah. It was. The Flash. Should I press them together?
Yeah.
You have to ask Mike about the Flash. I flashed the whole damn camp a couple of times.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I probably seen Mack more naked. There you go.
There you go.
Well, like, not see that here.
The whole damn week welding in Daisy Dukes with an 8,000 watt inverter. That's
what
good for
about the equipment? What about that equipment? Do they provide it to you? Did you have to arrange something, or you just send the list what do you need to have there? Yeah.
Whatever it is, you got to bring it your damn self. All they provide is dirt.
Hey, some toilets. They did bring some toilets.
Oh yeah,
all right?
no, that's true. They do have toilets that they hose out.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
Timo, what's up, brother?
Hey, Timo.
Hey, what's
Oh,
up,
those rocking
Timo?
the
How's it
bike.
going, man?
That fire thing that you made is so beautiful, man. My God, I love that. I love that. That thing you posted, it's so great. No, I
Oh,
don't
I
shake
think,
my leg.
yeah, I think somebody found something more interesting than your bikes. Robert. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't shave my legs. No.
Not
There
that
you go.
nice,
There's
at
an image
least.
of the bikes.
Oh,
Yeah,
You can see
yeah.
how
That,
many there are.
and we had to unpack them, pack them. We repaired them. We put them on there. We had about, I mean, by the end, we had about 20, 30 people on our team in our camp. I mean, it was a big job. It was not a free trip to Burning Man, but what an experience, you know. And like I said,
There's
here we are.
the piece, actually.
Yeah, this is the art piece, right? And this is like quite a few of us working on this art piece, and it's psycho related. I don't know if you could all see it, you guys, but there's 3 bikes there. 3, right? 3,
Yeah.
and you get on there and you pedal this ring around it. So this kind of piece around turns. So where there's 3 people standing around on their bikes, turning this center bit, right? That was the art piece we had, and we made it kind of glow in the dark and put lights in it and everything like that, right?
Yeah, and the piece that you saw me welding on in the previous picture where I was in the Daisy Dukes, that's actually part of the midsection that's holding up that ring. There were 6 of those together that are the spokes for that inner ring there. Same thing again. You see the difference between the way Mike was dressed and the way I was dressed?
Yeah.
Look at that. Jeans, big, and that's
There you go. That's Mack. That's Mack in Burning Man. That's it. That's him.
Yeah, very sad. I see, very sad.
Yeah, it was
very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
this is another creation that Mack made that became a kind of initiation from everybody in the camp. So you had to break, like, everybody had to ride this bike, and really there was probably more people that couldn't ride it than could ride it. So it was quite an initiation to get on there, and quite a proud moment when you got on it, right, Mack?
I really liked it when I would come back to it later and there was all this shit strapped to it that suggested that somebody had been God knows where on the damn thing. I'm like, what is all this stuff? It never had brakes either. And just to be the ass that I am, I named it My Little Dick. So every time I was out riding around and somebody was like, oh my God, I love your bike, I would say, it's my little dick. Do you want to ride my little dick? I'm so glad you like my little dick. I actually wrote my little dick on the side of the frame.
And there it is. Yeah, let's see.
See, everybody wrote that damn thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, that was just something they made the year before that we pulled out. So, they were doing
terrible. It was awful. You couldn't pedal it. It weighed 9,000 pounds. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, that's the one.
So there was a trick to get on, and that wasn't the trick. Or was it?
You know, the funny part too about that bike is that before it started, it was just a Dolomite from Walmart. It was a Walmart Dolomite fat tire, and I was talking to the leader of the camp, Wildcard, Matt Rockwell, and he was saying, yes, you guys are going to get to build something crazy. You're going to get to build something crazy. So I went over and grabbed the Sawzall and I cut that bike right in half. And he was like, that's my bike, man. I was like, okay, well.
That was.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to I can weld it together exactly like it is, or if you wait, I'll make something better? And so he was like, just do what you're going to do.
Hey, and Mac, you're gonna bring like Picasso and Van Gogh to your Burning Man event and tell him, to paint walls. They're gonna be a little naughty when we get a little chance, don't we?
Oh, we got a question from Tracy.
How about planning something for Central Florida with swampy buggies, style of bike, trikes, and quads, something to do with extra tall rides on the obstacle course? Oh,
I
yeah, that
actually
sounds
have plans for the lake behind my house because we have a pedal bike for the water, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to modify that to make it a little bit taller and then get a second one and do the same thing with that and do some jousting on the water just out back here. Because really the only thing with jousting on tall bikes is falling off the thing and hitting the ground. So if it's just the lake, who gives a damn?
Oh yeah, that sounds crazy. Yeah, so do like tall jousting on the water, right? So like super high jousting.
Right there, that bike right there is actually the Pac-Man bike or the Crow's Nest. That's my good friend Carl that built that, and that thing is trippy to ride, man. I was really happy to have him show up and get to ride that thing. It's trippy to get up on there. I was fully unprepared, but I wasn't going to look like a bitch in front of him either. So
You did it though. I saw you. I saw you.
Ride than I made it look though, man. When I was coming down, I was like, "Oh, that's okay. It's cool. No problem. Don't wreck it in front of him. You're going to look like a bitch." I really love that bike though. And then Cairo showed up with his gigantic trike. And that's Cecile.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tall
that was badass. Look at that.
Yeah. Yep. I was so glad I ran into him. As soon as I saw him, I knew that was him. As soon as I saw that bike, I was like, oh, that's totally him. And the cool part too is that the 747 that everybody heard about that was out at the burn that year, he worked on that. He was one of the welders on that. So he gave me a little pin from that I've still got that says the 747 on it. It's pretty sweet.
I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you heard Mack correctly. So he said that there was this 747 in the middle of the desert that got there somehow. All right, and they made a disco out of it. Right, so they transported a 747 to the middle.
They did.
So yeah, there was some crazy stuff over there. You'd walk around the playa. You could get lost. You could even ride your bike for a couple of miles, and you'd come to like some strange piece of art just sticking out of the playa. It's just a crazy experience, and it could be 6 stories high.
Inga, something that I really appreciated about Burning Man is that it gives you a sense of how to let go of things that are important to you. So it's like, we did part in creating that incredible piece, and then we literally threw it in a burn pile and watched it go up in smoke. It didn't leave from there. It burned in that place. And I really love that, where it's like it sometimes whenever I'm making bikes and stuff, since they feel like my kids, it's really hard to let them go. It's really hard to open my hands or to think of destroying them if something that I wanted to create, I needed pieces out of that. Burning Man was very good about letting you learn how to open your hands on stuff like that and let your work go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It was trying to do that. Hey, BK, do you have that picture of that looks like the universe? I left it on that file. It looks like the universe.
Okay, I got it. I just have to find it somewhere.
If you keep skipping forward, I think it's in that same one. It's a few more forward.
It's in that same, it's probably one of the later ones, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. So like when I've showed this picture a few times to my friends everywhere, everybody sort of thinks that's kind of like the universe or the solar system or something like that. And they can't believe that that's Burning Man.
Yeah,
right?
That's what it looks like at night.
Yeah, that's 50,000 people sitting around that file. That fire. Yeah, no, I'm talking about around. They're all sitting around. Yeah, there's about 80,000 people that show up. But I mean, all the art vehicles that are surrounding, like those bigger lighted things, they're big, humongous art vehicles. I mean, really massive ones. So that's why they seem very. But like everybody in the center, the first, 20 rows are just people, right? And that thing, you could feel that energy coming off that fire. And it's just in the middle of the desert. There's no outside light other than the light that we bring, right?
Yeah.
They were alive out there. Also.
Yeah.
It's fast. it's even more interesting to think at the end of all of that all of that is gone. When you see that, it's completely bare after that.
Yeah, like we all came to do that, like just to all gather around this fire, like just a big bonfire. You know, I mean, it's an incredible
gathering of like minds.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! I mean, go ahead.
I want to touch on something more about that. You know, we were talking about how Flatmo plays into Burning Man, and also kind of transitioning with him into the kinetic sculpture race, and about that. If you'll skip back one, BK, if you'll skip.
Hey, what's up, Robert? How's it going, Robert?
More?
If you'll skip forward one, BK. No, the other way. Not that one. Not that one right there. The one right before that.
This one, right?
There's yeah, that one right there. So there's something interesting about those that I want especially the cruiser bike community to know about. So the wheels on that, if you notice how big they are, they've done something in the kinetic sculpture race community that I think is really fascinating. There's some other images of bikes with big wheels like that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They've started using what is actually culvert pipe. So if you're driving on the side of the highway and you see these big drainages.
Show them, BK. Go through the picture some more. Go further. They have the culvert. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. That's the one
there.
And maybe the next one too. The next one. That's it. And maybe the next one.
So those wheels
are all culvert. Yes.
Yeah. So that literally what that is it's the drainage pipe that they use on the side of highways. And I ask the guys who build those wheels, where the hell do you get that stuff? Here's the beauty part and some inside knowledge that you guys will need to know. If you look up, hey Coker, if you look up paving companies or like resurfacing companies in the area that you live in for highways, for major thoroughfares, if you look up paving companies, they're the ones who have this material, okay? Now here's the inside thing. When they trim that off, they have excess pieces. Because of what it is made of, it has to be disposed of in a particular way. So you're actually doing them a favor by taking these things. So if you look to them, you may be able to get it from them for free. They may charge you. It just depends on who the hell owns the company. But this is actually industrial waste that they have to then find out what to do with it.
Awesome.
Robert, they do donate some of those to countries, and they do have them for local bike riding and bike sharing deals. The problem is that there's just so many. Those companies become overwhelmed, so they can't take all of the stuff. When there's 10,000 bikes and they only need 1,200, what do you do with all the rest of them?
That's right, and sometimes it costs more to ship the bikes than the value of the bike itself. Like maybe it's even better just to ship the money that than to actually get into a container and ship a bunch of dirty Burning Man bikes to say Africa.
And that's part of the thing is they are so beat. I mean, they are. If you saw what that, it's a very fine dust. And it gets into everything. So the bearings are obliterated. The steering is stiff. The pedals won't turn. The axles are shot. Now, it can be fixed. But who the hell wants to call up some third world country and say, hey, I've got a bunch of shitty-ass bikes that will work, but you got to fix them. Nobody's, yay, send them to us. That, again, is another one of those culvert pipe wheels. It's just
really cool.
Yeah, they're. And I think it's an incredibly interesting idea, and it's a pre-made hoop. And the beauty part too is I don't know if you've got an image of them kind of from the front. The way they're made is that's Fred Besch's work. Oh, here, let me make you upset about that one. This one makes me sick. Okay, so Fred Besch built that bike. That is the first bike he ever built.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh yeah, that's crazy, huh?
What a kick in the nuts that is. I remember my first build, it did not look like that.
There's a Springer suspension, I guess, like Springer forks there. It looks like.
And it has a transmission in it too. I believe it has a riding lawnmower transmission in it, so you can shift gears in the damn thing.
Oh man.
I think it. I don't know if in this incarnation of it or if it was a late. That's more of his work. That's Fred as well. I'm not sure if it's this incarnation or if it's a later incarnation, but it became a tandem so that he and his lady could ride it.
Yeah, these pictures.
I think it was a tandem first, and then he cut it down.
There it is. That's Fred's work at Burning Man as well. That was a pretty cool ass ride too.
Yeah.
Star Wars style.
Yeah, Star Wars style.
And he did all the body work and all of that, and it's pedal powered.
Oh man.
It's mind blowing when you see the stuff, but it's like I said to Mack, you know. I think a lot of the cruiser community is unaware of just how far the bike stuff goes. You know, people are doing weird stuff, really, really weird.
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up? Yeah, that's what the deal is. That's why they don't send them over there. I actually got to ride that bike. That bike is surprisingly responsive and easy to ride. It is a very fast bike. You would expect it to be hard, but it is not. It
doesn't look like easy.
And something that's interesting about it and what Fred said to me was, don't be afraid of it. Just give it. And I did. And if you really give it to the bike, it's so weird that something that big and with wheels that wide is so responsive, and it's very easy to ride. It's a very easy bike to ride. It's huge. I mean, you can see how big it's massive, and it'll just stand there on its own. It doesn't need a kickstand. It'll just stand there.
Yeah.
But I was
balancing as well.
Clicking through the speeds, and it's a very fast bike. It'll surprise.
Yeah. Then we are back to the first picture. Yeah. Hey Christian, saludos desde Argentina.
Hey, what's up?
Saludos, hombre. Gracias por venir.
All right, someone from Argentina. Wow.
Yeah, we're
going on.
We got people from the Netherlands. We got people from the USA, Argentina, Spain.
Nice.
Poland. Let's see where else. Oh, we have from Brazil, Netherlands again. Well, people all over the world. Yeah, that's cool.
What's up, everybody?
I guess Canada as well. Yeah.
You know,
BK, if you could like scroll through some of the pictures of Burning Man, and we could like talk about some of the experiences that we've had while we're there, and we could roll it. No, yes. I think it's the other way, buddy. I think if you start from the beginning, you know, it was kind of timelined, and you just keep going. It's keep going.
No, we don't want to see that one again.
Keep
Not
going.
Yeah. Almost the middle, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to show, like, in fact, like, so there. Me and Mack, I really wanted to make this focus on Burning Man and bikes, only because there seems to be such a connection with bikes and Burning Man. I've talked with other, and especially in Black Rock, I came across a few guys. There's a big kind of, I think they call regionals all over the world. They have they have a big one in Spain called the Nowhere Festival, and it's also a Burning Man regional, right? And they've told me, and I had a guy that's been there, and they'd been to the Burning Man. And the Burning Man is so big. You guys don't even know how big this is. They can get 85,000 people, and it's like the size of a kind of city, right? It'll take you, it might be like 2 or 3 miles one side to the other, right? I mean, we're talking miles to get across the whole playa. And if you went in a circle.
Right there the chick is on, I rode that all over Burning Man. It is, oh God. It is forever long. It is forever long.
That's right. And we get lost all over the place, and having a bike was absolutely necessary to get anywhere. And everybody wants to be unique in some way. And as Max said about the competition and about just trying to be as unique or trying to be self-expressive, I think it's both the light and dark energies that that motivate us all to do these things. People just want to show off, and other ones want to just be self-expressive, and don't really care what other people think about it, and they just want to. So there is the feelings of bikes so much at Burning Man that I think there's such a future in Burning Man bikes that's why we have to bring it out here, because it's also our custom bike life, our freak bike life. It's all could be connected there,
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. It also expands your view of what is possible with bikes. I think the obvious connection between Burning Man and bikes is the fact that there's not a lot of power out there, and you've got to get on it and pedal your ass over there. So basically, that's really what it comes down to. There's not a lot of cars out there. You got to do the work to get wherever you're going. It's way more fun to do it on something that you've created than something that's just been laying around,
That's right. And when you're trying to figure out, I don't know how people do it. What did they call the people that didn't ride with lights at Burning Man? What was it called? Do you remember that term they used it? It was like
yeah,
a dark, something like that. It was some kind. It was some. But you really could not see anybody. They could be 6 feet in front of you, and you couldn't see them. It was that dark in some places, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmare of things. And if there was a kind of energy for the place, it was really. It seemed like, right? It seemed a bit like Fantasyland. And it's like in a way, it was what you would do, what you wouldn't do in 8 days of your life, like just to be completely the opposite, like maybe dress up and be totally the opposite of what you're suited, and booted for every day. And you go out there and people really let loose, don't they? Right? They're really self-expressive and wow, right?
I think that's part of the beauty of it, though, is that there's so many societal norms that you just are automatically, living by. I don't walk down the neighborhood here with my dick hanging out, but it doesn't matter. You can do whatever the hell you want there. So if that's what you want to do, that's what you can do. And the beauty part about it there is that nobody even thinks twice about it. If that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. And that's your way to express yourself. Nobody gives a shit about it. You're not going to get pointed out because of it. I mean, somebody might say, cool penis, bro, but that's about it. That's an inside joke between Mike and I, by the way.
I've got a question for you. Robert
what is my next world famous build?
Yeah.
Now, okay, since we're in the middle of the build off, Robbie, I can't really say. I mean, I want to talk about it, but I can't. Okay, I'll give you this. My next build is going to be glitter painty.
Oh,
so it'll be all glitter painty plus Florida sun. It'll look real nice. It'll look pretty like that.
The little dick is going to have a new color.
Oh yeah. I'm painting the little dick this time.
New paint job for the little dick.
Little Dick is actually still at Burning Man. That belonged to the owner of the camp, so it never came home with me. Same thing with the small tall. Actually, the little bike that lady was riding. The coolest part about that is that lady actually shipped that bike to Paris. So that small tall lives in Paris now.
That was cool. That was cool. It's just a little bit of memory from Burning Man and everything like that. I mean, what do you think? What's that?
I was just going to leave it there. I had built it to be there for the duration of me being there. I never expected anybody to give enough of crap about it. Hey,
BK, I was wondering if we could go to, let's talk about, we haven't shown off Mack's work. If anybody was here and didn't know Mack and they hadn't even seen his work other than the stuff that, was at Burning Man.
Right.
You see some of the work that Mack has done over the years, and it gives a really good idea what freak bikes is. I mean, you should see something. I think what we're going to look at. Yeah, there. That's it. That's Mack.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Yeah, another one.
I mean,
that one I was really lucky with because I built that for a restaurant in Dallas, actually. I had built a racer for a local pub there in Denton, and some entrepreneurs came through and were talking to the pub owner and asked if he would sell the racer that I made for him, and he said no, but I'll get you in touch with the guy that built the thing. And they contacted me and they said, we want you to build something with a barrel on it. And I said, be more specific. And they said, you're the artist. So I built that. The incredible part is that when we went to where the thing was actually displayed, it fit in the window like I knew the measurements of the place.
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture of where you put it in that restaurant. It's still there, right? It's still in Denton?
It's in Dallas. It's in Dallas.
Oh, Dallas. All right.
Yeah.
There's your other bike.
Yeah, the
we
one
actually,
I have on my channel.
I was involved in the OBC build-off for OBC in Vegas, and I was invited to be involved in that, and so that was the bike that I built for that. It's actually a trike. You can't see the third wheel because it's behind the sofa, but it's a three-wheeled bike, and that pipe that's sticking up on the side there, that's actually a flamethrower.
The one you cannot use for the church, right?
That is amazing.
And then I made the 44-inch wheel hubless just again to, because the bike is actually designed. Shh, Coker, shut up. The bike is actually designed after a design from the 1800s, so I wanted to kind of have something a little bit more modern, like the hubless. That hubless technology is a more modern thing. So I was kind of trying to blend old with the new, and then make it comfortable so you can just laze on the thing. And it turned out really great. There was a lot of I was really swinging for the fences on this thing, and I was literally welding on it the day that it was due to be delivered, the day that we were supposed to display them. My wife was painting the damn thing while I'm welding on it. I literally had to grind off some of the paint so I could weld where she had painted. But we were down to the crunch on the thing. That bike, actually, I built that for a guy that lived in Denton. One of the local bartenders came to me, and he had an old Peugeot. So the ass end is an 80s Peugeot. And he said, the bike's too tall for me. Can you do something with it, make it more interesting? And I was like, I sent him a picture of a fucking crazy bike. And he was like, oh, my God. And it wasn't his bike. But I was like, okay, that was kind of me testing the waters to see how far I could go with this. And so I built that bike. It's actually one of the most comfortable and fastest bikes I've ever made. Something actually really funny about that. So the inside of the tube that holds the forks, so like the part that attaches the fork on the bottom to where the head tube is on the top, it's actually bright yellow inside there because I don't give a shit. I don't have to paint that. Nobody sees it. But the guy that I built the bike for, his name is Clayton. And so it says, Clayton is a punk ass bitch on the inside of the fork. He'll never see that. Why would he take that apart? So it says, it still to this day says Clayton is a punk ass bitch in black and yellow on the inside of the. That's just what I do with the pieces that I make. There's a piece actually that you won't have a picture of, but there's a piece actually that I made for a friend of mine's sister for her smoothie store in Wichita Falls, and so whenever I was putting the thing together, she asked me what the name of the piece was going to be. Well, the name of the place where it resides is Healthies. That's the name of the shop. And then the bike race that I'm commemorating is the Hotter Than Hell 100. So putting those two things together, I named the art piece I made for her store A Healthy Dose of Hell. And when I told her that, she was like, can it have a different name? And I said, no, that's the name. And so on the inside, it's a shadow box that has a Peugeot that's cut up and put inside the shadow box that I built. And the back of it is a mirror, but I had to redo the way the mirror was mounted. So behind the mirror, which again, you'll never see, I spray painted a little angry face on it like this. And then in the glue that I used to glue the mirror down, I wrote the word hell. She'll never see that. It holds the fucking mirror on, but it was like a little tongue-in-cheek thing that no one will ever know. It's like that saying Clayton is a punk ass bitch. It's just me being an asshole when nobody knows that it's even there.
Oh man! All right, hey, come on, Mack. This is probably going to be on. I mean, it's probably on a T-shirt. I know it's already on. It's just one of the well-known.
It is on a T-shirt. It is. The shirt is actually not available yet because I moved and I've got the screens to do the printing, but that has been put on a shirt. Actually, what's his name? Oh gosh, graphics. Dimitri Graphics in Germany drew the bike for me, and then I bought the rights to the cartoon image that he had done of it. And that's the print that I have. I'm not wearing that today because I wore it the other day and it's dirty. But yeah, I'm not pulling it out.
That was sweet. Anyway, that was sweet. I seen it. Yeah.
It is available on a shirt at some point whenever I get my shit together and start doing the printing again. But yeah, that bike Can I
explain? Like, I think I just want to explain to people how that bike works. So one is pedaling forward while the other one is facing backwards, right?
Right.
And you're both pedaling in the same direction. Is that right? Or one's pedaling backward, one's pedaling forward, right?
Okay, well, technically, the person on the rear is pedaling normally. So you are pedaling opposite of one another, but the person that's facing backwards is pedaling normally. Hey, what's up, gentlemen? And so if you're sitting on it and you're holding onto the handlebars, you're pedaling normally, but you're facing the wrong way. So technically, the pedals are opposite of one another. But if you look at it, you can see there's a little gear just above the pedals in the rear. That's what offsets the chain and makes it be able to do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is an amazing build. I think it's one of the most wildest. It's called what? Hammerhead, right?
Hammer toes.
Hammer toes. Yeah, that's right.
Because a friend of mine named the original small tall Tippy Toes because I asked him what the hell I should name it, and he said Tippy Toes. So every variation of the small tall that I've done has had some kind of toe in it. Like the one that I did at Burning Man was Tommy Toes because it was a Thomas the Tank Engine bike on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
So all of them have some kind of a toe in the name. So yeah, I've tried to stick with that to kind of keep the theme, and it's basically been an ongoing project for me, which it's still going on. I can't believe that 6 years after I created that bike, people are still building that thing. It's still being rebuilt and tributed. I love it, man. I know how much joy it brings. Mike and I were talking about this. I had one. Well, you saw the one that I built at Burning Man, and I would have people ride the bike. Total strangers, people I don't know. They would get on the bike and they would begin to ride it, and they would start smiling, and I would always ask the same question: do you hear the music? And without fail, every single time they went da 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 da. Everybody, every single time, every one of them, because it's a fucking circus. I just loved that it evoked that emotion in everyone. Total strangers all said the same thing, and I loved that it spoke to people like that.
I guess this one has the same effect, right?
Okay, so that one's actually kind of funny because I have a friend of mine whose dad is a junk dealer. And he gets all kinds of different parts of whatever and all this stuff. And I was telling him, tell your dad I can build a bike out of anything. If you can stick a magnet to it, I can build a bike out of it. And I had gotten a new dryer at my house. And my friend Roger was the person I was talking to. And he pointed at the old dryer and said, well, then make a bike out of that then. And I did. And so he came back over 3 days later. And I was like, Rod, you got to see this. And he came around the corner and he was like, what the hell is that? I said, you told me to build a bike out of the dryer. It's a dryer. And it had clothes in it, and when he rode it, tumbled the clothes, and it was a fucking dryer bike.
Yeah, I think you were my inspiration when I built that 7-wheeler there, Mack.
That's awesome. That's cool to know, Meg. Thanks for saying that, brother. That's cool. It was real fun to do that, and to try to fix the problems that it had. Because originally, when I put that drum on there, the thing was so lightweight that if you tried to turn, it would fall over. And I had to figure out how to add weight to the dryer drum. And I was thinking, do I weld some bars in there to make it heavier? What do I do? And I was like, my God, you're so stupid. I went inside and grabbed a bunch of old jeans and shit that I hated and threw them in the bottom of it, stuffed them through the spokes, and problem solved. And it added a whole aesthetic to it when it was tumbling. You're like, oh, it's a fucking dryer. So we fixed the problem that I had, and it was also crazy. That the bike that's on screen right now, actually, I had really fallen in love with the South American style from Argentina and down in South America, the style that they did the lowriders there. And so this is kind of a tribute to that style and the way they do that there. I actually have one here, the bike that got me started doing that. The gentleman that I spoke to online. Let me see if I can back away. Can you see it right there? Nathan Phillips is the gentleman that got me started doing this, because that is the bike that I fell in love with. That one right there. That is the actual bike. He sent it. Right? Yeah, he sent it. I don't know if I can get a better angle on it so you can see it from outside. Here, there it is.
I had a great pleasure. Last year I was in Brazil and I was filming Vida Santa lowriders. They have such a kind of bikes there. It's a huge group. They're building such a bike.
Amazing. They're so great. And so, yeah, that's what got me inspired to do that. And here I can run over here because I've got my other bikes here parked outside. I'll run around the corner to where everything's, because I can show you Afro Mayo. She's sitting over here on the side yard.
Be careful.
Here's my yard.
The crocodiles.
No, it's too damn cold for that. It's like 50 out here today. But there's Afro Mayo. There's my logo.
Yeah. What a collection.
There's my tall bike. There's the tan. And you can see there's the small tall right there.
Oh yeah.
There's the famous Tommy Adams. If I can turn that, where's the damn phone? There's Tommy Adams' heart bike. Tommy Adams made that, sent it to me in the mail. There it is, Tommy, sitting right there. And there's what's other stuff? There's the green one in the back there. My penny farthings back there. There's a folding bike, but I didn't build that damn thing. And then this is the rest of my scrap. This is my new, gonna be something soon stuff. There's actually, if you look right here, that's one of those old, what is it? The West Coast choppers. One of those old bikes. I've actually made it into an actual sealed gas tank, and so that thing's going to be a patina chopper. I've got a 212 motor in the garage that I'm going to put on there, so I'll have an actual motorcycle out of that thing.
Look. Oh yeah. Hey Mac, we've only got a few more minutes left. We want to get on to. I mean, I want to hear. So hey, just let us know what's going on with the future. What's going on in your future? What is it? The full-time bike artist extraordinaire? Is there Burning Man in your future again? Is there?
I'd love to do Burning Man in the future. I had actually spoken to the guys in Circle about that and about being involved with them again. It's just a matter of financing right now. You know, the trip that we took wasn't free for them, so that ended up putting a big pinch on what they could do. I think it's mostly locals that are going to be involved in it now. As far as future for me, I'm going to keep doing the dumb shit that I always do and trying to make people laugh. I've just moved to Florida, so I haven't really found the niche here yet as far as, you know, places to find the parts for the stuff that I use and, you know, the place for that. But I have really great advertising sitting where I live, and I'm working actually with my uncle and restoring his yacht, and he's right on the corner of this amazing pier. So I have a perfect place to park anything that I want to put out there and have a million people ride by that have, you know, $800,000 and $900,000 yachts that can totally afford to pay money for real shit. I just haven't done it. I've been lazy. We moved here, and it's like been like a vacation, you know. It's ever since we moved here, I've just been enjoying it. BK saw the backyard. It's hard to not just relax, you know. It's the life here has been it's been the transition from being so stressful into that I've needed, man.
That's right. At least you're not, you know, 65 and thinking about that. You've kind of breaking it apart at 45, and that, you know, it sounds like you had quite a metamorphosis at Burning Man when we both went. Totally it sounds like you're still going through it right now, and that's, I feel so happy for you, brother. Really, I'm so happy that you're in a good place now, and you're in. You know, it's good to see your smiley face, and you're like the energy that drives this whole freak bike community, man. So keep up the good work.
You know, I something about it. I really like being that as the admin of the group Freak Bikers Unite. I'm not just some bystander. I'm bringing it. You know, I'm somebody that actually has something to bring to the table. I'm bringing, you know, fresh builds all the time, and it's stuff coming out of my wallet. It's not just, you know, and that's, I think that's what really sets Freak Bikers aside. You know, we are a community of so many builders. You can speak directly to the builders at that group, and that really makes a difference, you know. And nobody's pretentious at all. Bring your stuff. If anybody says it sucks, we'll kick their ass.
That's right.
We don't
That's
put up
right,
with that.
man.
You know, everybody started somewhere, and I really love encouraging new people to do this because there is such a joy that comes from it. You know that, man. There's something powerful in it. Custom bikes, man. As soon as you get on them, it's like all that shit, all that whatever. Something about it. It's like all the badness just drains right away.
That's right, and we're only being people. That's what's cool about our community is that we can only be like what we are, and we express it through our bikes. And that's really, we don't need to talk about it. We don't. And really, our words are with our bikes. It's no
Yeah.
political chants on the internet. It's just about the bikes, and you show us your bike. It's a matter of respect. You know, whatever. You did it. Just you did it, period.
Right.
Gets you
Right.
respect, you know?
And you know, there's such a community too. By the way, I love you, Coker. There's such a community here too, man. You know, it's like there's a family, and it just happens. You know, you've got people on the other side of the planet. I mean, my God, Poland, USA, Spain. It's like this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey,
Aw,
Tommy,
thanks,
that's right.
Tommy.
Even Tommy's out there too, man.
My homeboy right there, man. Talk
that's
about him.
it. Yes.
That dude. Oh my God.
All right, guys. I think
right, we
it's
gotta
our
go.
time. Yeah. Mac, thank you
That's
so
right.
much, man.
I'm thrilled to be here, brother.
Yes.
Anytime you guys want to peek in, give me a ring. I'm here.
Oh, that's for
Oh,
sure.
fantastic. Hey, stay on after, right? But I think we're going to close it up. But it was fantastic seeing you again, brother.
Dude, build it.
Yeah,
Do
I'd love
it.
to- yeah.
And before we go, Mike,
Burning Dad.
before we go, just let's talk about the pedals up.
That's
Thursday.
right, you guys.
Yeah, go
Every
and check all that
Thursday.
out, man.
Yeah, every Thursday, 8 p.m. They've had. I even stayed up for their last one. It was a great one with C. Burke, and that was a really cool one. I saw it. So there's all bike life talk. Just everybody. Anyways, you guys, thank you for coming.
So thank you.
On, brother.
Bye bye.
Love you all, man.